Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kroy Biermann physically blocks Kim Zolciak move, cops called. RHOLA alum, Kroy Biermann physically blocked his estranged wife, Kim Zolciak, from moving. Therefore, the police were called once again to their Georgia mansion. The cops have told Kim that she needs to stop calling them with every divorce issue she has. Yet it has happened again, but what exactly transpired? Keep reading for further details. It's very sad for Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann, as they were once very much in love. When Kim laid her eyes on Kroy, she knew that she had to get to know him and see what he was all about. Their courtship played out on RHOA, and eventually they landed their own spin-off, Don't Be Tardy. He adopted her two oldest daughters, Ariana and Brielle, from a previous relationship. They then went on to have 4 more children and seemed incredibly happy. So, it was a shock when they filed for divorce in early 2023. Admittedly, Kim and Kroy were struggling financially. Their Georgia mansion had faced foreclosure starting in 2022. They saved it and were able to do so again in 2023. Kim also owed around $1 million to the IRS and had a mountain of debts. When they filed for divorce, they threw a lot of allegations at each other, tried to reconcile. But it did not last. The police were called quite frequently to the home and were just called during a dispute between the estranged couple. They asked Kim to stop calling when it was not an emergency, but now the police are back in action. According to TMZ, Kim Zolciak was trying to leave with her moving truck, but Kroy was blocking the way. On Sunday, December 15th, a truck was at the Georgia home to get the remaining items. However, that became a struggle when Kim was unable to exit her driveway. Fortunately, they got smart and called the non-emergency line this time. Upon arrival, Kroy moved his car, and Kim was able to leave. Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann's Georgia mansion was set for auction in early December. Yet nothing happened, but an Atlanta newspaper claimed that they were granted another postponement. Truist Bank owns the home, and they gave them the chance to sell the home on their own. Kroy claimed he wanted to take less than the selling price, but Kim declined, so he tried to force the sale. Now, it is very unclear as to what is really happening and why they are moving everything out. If they still have more time, why not stay through the holidays? At the same time, Kim has a lot of items, so it is probably best to start storing stuff ASAP. Why do you think Kim constantly feels the need to call the police? Is it for attention, or is she really scared? Let us know in the comments below. Kroy Biermann physically blocks Kim Zolciak's move. Cops called. A tumultuous tale of love, conflict, and unresolved emotions. In the ever-evolving drama of celebrity relationships, few have been as publicly scrutinized and closely followed as that of Kroy Biermann and Kim Zolciak. Known to many through the reality TV series The Real Housewives of Atlanta and Don't Be Tardy, their love story seemed like one written for the tabloids, full of glitz, glamour, and emotional highs and lows. However, recent reports have unveiled a much darker, more intense chapter in their relationship, one involving physical confrontation, police intervention, and the dissolution of a once promising union. The details of the latest incident that unfolded at their home have left fans and onlookers alike shocked and concerned. The tension that led to the clash. At the heart of the conflict between Kroy Biermann and Kim Zolciak is a whirlwind of emotions, from their passionate beginnings to their apparent unraveling. Over the years, Kim and Kroy have navigated public attention, their growing family, and personal struggles. Despite the outside appearances of a perfect couple, cracks in the relationship had started to show. Reports of financial difficulties, public feuds, and allegations of cheating have plagued the couple for months. This instability was made even more apparent when Kim filed for divorce, a move that left many questioning whether their years together would come to a bitter end. But what transpired that day in their home, leading to police involvement, was something no one expected. According to sources close to the situation, the couple had been arguing for hours. The conversation, initially centered around their children and the logistics of their separation, quickly escalated. Kim, determined to make a clean break and move out of their shared home, packed up her things. She was reportedly planning to take the children with her, a move that Kroy had vehemently opposed, while custody arrangements and who would stay in the family home were still being discussed. The issue of her physical departure seemed to ignite an even deeper fury in the turning point. It was during this tense moment that Kroy allegedly physically blocked Kim from leaving. The confrontation turned physical as he stood in front of her, preventing her from walking out of the door. Kim, reportedly furious, attempted to push past him, but Kroy's stature as a former NFL player, combined with his overwhelming frustration, made it clear that he was unwilling to let her go. At the core of this standoff, sources say, was Kroy's deep fear and sadness over the impending breakup. His defensive actions were not just about trying to keep Kim from leaving, but rather an emotional response to the dissolution of his family. Kroy had once spoken publicly about his commitment to his children and their mother, and the idea of losing everything he held dear appeared to trigger a primal response. On the other hand, Kim was desperate for independence, tired of feeling controlled, and was eager to begin a new chapter of her life. The altercation reportedly reached a boiling point when the argument became louder and more heated. Neighbors could hear the shouting, and a few, concerned for the safety of everyone involved, decided to contact local authorities. When the police arrived at the Biermann-Zolciak residence, the tension was palpable. Officers were met with a chaotic scene as both Kim and Kroy were still visibly upset. In the midst of the emotional whirlwind, Kim was reportedly more composed, calmly explaining to the authorities that she felt threatened and trapped in the situation. Kroy, on the other hand, was said to be emotional and distraught, adamantly asserting that he didn't want Kim to leave with the children, fearing the loss of his family unit. The police, understanding the gravity of the situation, quickly separated the two. While no arrests were made, they issued a warning to both parties about their behavior. The officers' primary concern was de-escalating the situation and ensuring that no one was in immediate danger. The emotional outbursts and physical blocking were deemed to be rooted in the tension of a fractured relationship, not necessarily criminal intent. However, the presence of law enforcement left a lasting mark on both parties, as it became evident that their relationship was beyond repair. The aftermath. A family torn apart. The aftermath of the incident has left fans reeling. Kim and Kroy's marriage, which once appeared so strong, now seems irreparably broken. Kim's decision to file for divorce and move out of their shared home seems to be more than just a symbolic gesture. It marks the end of a relationship that was built on a foundation of passion, but plagued by unresolved issues. For Kroy, this confrontation likely symbolizes the culmination of his efforts to hold onto his family, but the emotional toll has clearly been heavy. His role as a father to their children was central to his identity, and the thought of losing that connection was devastating. Kim, however, seems ready to break free from the confines of the relationship, choosing to take control of her own future. With police involved and public opinion divided, the situation has only grown more complex. Friends, family, and fans are left grappling with the fallout. Some sympathize with Kroy, who appears to have been acting out of fear and love, while others stand behind Kim's right to move forward and create her own path. Looking ahead, what's next for the Biermann-Zolciak family? As the dust settles, it's unclear what will happen next for Kroy and Kim. The divorce proceedings are ongoing, and it's likely that the details of their split will continue to make headlines. Custody of the children will no doubt be a primary concern, as both parents are emotionally invested in their well-being. For now, it seems the family's future is uncertain, and the once idealized partnership between the two has become a cautionary tale of how fame, pressure, and unresolved emotions can tear even the strongest of bonds apart. Kroy Biermann and Kim Zolciak's turbulent relationship serves as a stark reminder that even those who live their lives under the public eye are not immune to the same struggles that many others face. What started as a fairy tale romance has now become a saga of heartbreak, physical confrontation, and legal battles. Whether or not they can reconcile their differences remains to be seen, but for now, their story is one of loss and transformation.